At police headquarters, Hector Orozco Jr., a suspect in a double murder, was brought in for questioning. He is accused of 2 counts of murder: second-degree murder for killing Demitries Graves and first-degree murder for killing Bonnie Darlene Ross. Both killings happened in a stabbing on the same day, February 14, 2018. The first case began early on February 14th when someone called 911 to report that Demitries A. Graves was found dead in the street around 4:30 a.m. He had been violently killed.
911, your emergency. My friend is dead. Hello? Hello? What's going on? He killed him with a knife. Somebody is killing somebody with a knife. All right, what's your name? Chicago. Okay, so where's the guy that's killing somebody?
The 911 caller was Shega Gago, a transient living on the streets in the Pasco area. Shega appeared so agitated and animated that officers couldn't understand what he was saying.
Put your hands on your back.
I'm going to detain you for right now, okay?
Okay.
You're just detained right now, okay? Until we figure out what's going on.
Police detained Shega to ensure the crime scene was safe.
Stand up real quick, stand up. No, leave it there. Okay, leave it there. Hey, do you have anything on you that I need? Do you have any other weapons?
No.
I just got to do a quick pat down.
They arrested Shega to make sure he wasn't involved in the crime and to confirm he wasn't the suspect they were looking for. He was brought to the police station for questioning to understand what happened.
All right, here, come sit in the back of my patrol car. Is that knife that's on the ground over there, is that the weapon?
No. That one I got from his car.
You got that from your car?
Yeah, his car.
Shega says he met the victim, Demitries Graves, along with a third man known only as Ariel. He claims they went to the Metro Mart gas station around 2 a.m., where they met a fourth man that was Hector Orozco. Hector led them to a residence where they planned to smoke. However, out of nowhere, he became aggressive and started assaulting them. According to Shega, Hector then chased down Graves, stabbed him, and fled the scene. At this point, investigators began reviewing the Metro Mart CCTV footage to identify the fourth man, who turned out to be Hector. At the time, they didn't yet know his identity. Shega told police that 4 people were involved: Shega himself, the victim Demitries Graves, and the third man known as Ariel, and the suspect, Hector. Investigators reviewed the CCTV footage from the entrance of the Metro Mart. The first person to arrive was Shega, followed by the victim, Demitries Graves, who appeared to be dancing as he entered the store. Now that they had identified Shega and Demitries, they observed the two staying inside the store for a while. When Graves went outside, he was seen talking to someone identified as Ariel, the man Shega had described meeting at the Metro Mart. But investigators focused on Hector as the main suspect. Based on Shega's statement that Hector was the killer, the footage showed no signs of trouble. Everything appeared calm with no disturbances. The group was seen talking to 2 other individuals who were customers at the Metro Mart. Then they eventually left, and the footage showed the headlights of their vehicle as they drove away in the same direction that Shega had told the police they had gone. Before we move on, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about the situation so far? According to Shega, after leaving the Metro Mart, they went to a nearby alleyway. Ariel rode a bike while the others followed in a car. Investigators then began reviewing CCTV footage from a house near the alley to gather more evidence. The video footage wasn't clear enough, but after about 30 minutes of reviewing it, investigators noticed individuals running around the time of the homicide. Identifying the suspect from this footage was difficult. When they switched to another camera, they saw someone fleeing westbound in the alley, with another person chasing them. One of the people chasing had fluorescent reflections on his shoes. Police identified this person as Shega because he was wearing those same shoes when they picked him up. However, they couldn't identify the second man, and at that point, detectives were not close to find Hector at that time. Investigators collected all the evidence at the crime scene. Among the items found was paperwork that did not have Demitries Graves' name on it, but instead had the name Hector Orozco Jr. Detectives then obtained Hector's booking photo and compared it to the video footage from the Metro Mart. The comparison confirmed that Hector was the same person seen in the footage. Police arrested Hector and brought him into the interrogation room for questioning.
What's your full name, sir?
Hector Orozco Jr.
When investigators asked Hector about Demitries, he acted surprised. They wanted to find out who the killer was, but this is how he responded.
The people that we talked to, they threw out several names. One of those is your name.
Is he okay?
Huh?
Is he okay?
No, that man passed away.
So he passed?
Yeah.
Dog, he how did he die?
He was stabbed?
Can you did it?
No.
Can you let me know?
Hmm?
Can you let me know?
Well, your name was brought up, so that's why we're trying to...
Okay, fine. Obviously, tell me.
Okay.
Hector was asking questions as if he had no idea what happened.
That's right.
But I did not, whatever, hurt somebody.
Okay. And how do we prove that?
I don't know, he was probably left me, because he was driving the car that my mom lent, and he picked me up in it, and we're driving around. We stopped at this one house, and he took off without me, and I haven't seen him since.
Hector admitted that he was with Chagall and Demitries' graves, but when it came to the homicide, he denied any involvement. He also claimed he was never in the alley. Throughout the interrogation, he acted as if he knew nothing about the murder.
We have video surveillance that shows that you were with them. Do you remember where store you showed up at? After that time, so we have the time that you guys were there.
Okay.
Shortly thereafter that time, we look at the video surveillance from the residence, and it shows you guys showing up. So it shows that you're not being truthful. And do you understand what I'm telling you as far as the evidence that's against you?
Okay, that's great. So,
Now the detective is trying to get Hector to admit that he was there and that he knew what was going
Right
on.
now, the thing is, how are you going to paint yourself? Was this premeditated murder, or was it an accident? Was it
I
something?
truly want to talk to you, but it keeps stinging me right now when you keep saying it was a premeditated murder, and I know you're doing your job.
I don't think it's...
I don't want to blow you up because that seems like a thing, you know, because you want to talk it out. But please, stop saying that.
I'm sorry. But the thing is, that's the evidence that we have.
I know. It's
Okay.
terrible.
Why did you hurt Demitries?
I didn't. Thank you.
Yeah. I gave you the opportunity, you don't want to take it.
Hector continued to deny any involvement. He was booked into the local jail for the assault at the motel. Keep in mind, investigators didn't have solid evidence at this point. All they had was Chagall's story. But this is where investigators finally got some evidence. When they arrested Hector, they also seized his vehicle, an older model blue Toyota. When they ran the vehicle's license plate, it was registered to an 82-year-old woman named Bonnie Ross. While police were investigating how Hector got the car, they received a 911 call from a neighbor of an elderly woman, reporting that she had been found dead in the hallway of her home. When they checked the name of the person living in that house, they discovered it was Bonnie Ross, the same person who owned the car Hector was driving. Pasco police now had two victims, Demitries Graves and Bonnie Ross. Detectives developed a lead on a potential suspect in the Graves case, a man known as Ariel. They arrested him and brought him in for questioning.
All we want to do is get your side of the story of what happened that night.
Okay. That night, I was on my bike. I went to Chevron. And that's where I bumped into Mo, that dude, and that other dude.
Mo was the street name of the victim, Demitries Graves. During questioning, Ariel admitted that he was the person on the bicycle. He said he had led Chagall, Graves, and Hector around the corner from the Metro Mart. While he rode his bike, the others followed him in a car to the alleyway.
I heard a commotion outside, like yelling, like, oh, I got you, bro. I heard footsteps, a couple of footsteps. So I told him there's two guys running.
When the cops compared Ariel's stories and statements with the video footage they had, everything matched up. It appeared that he was telling the truth.
I don't know what the hell he was doing, but that's what I heard. Like, just like, like I can't know if I get the blow or maybe blocking the blow.
In the dark alley, Ariel said he heard the attack. Detectives showed Ariel a photo lineup and asked him to identify the other man who was in the alley.
I'm looking at the pictures. They're going to be numbered. This will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so take your time.
Sir.
You sure?
You know,
How certain? Explain that to me. How certain?
I remember just him right there.
Which one?
This guy right there.
Go ahead, circle it.
This dude.
Ariel was able to identify Hector from the photo lineup. This helped investigators confirm that Hector was the one who had murdered Graves, and that neither Ariel nor Shigaw had any involvement in the crime.
Because I never forget.
That's fine if that's what you want to write.
Now investigators had Hector Orozco as a suspect in both murders. However, they still needed a few more pieces of evidence to connect the two cases. Witness testimony and video evidence placed Orozco at the scene of Demitries Graves' murder on foot, while Bonnie Ross was killed hours later across the town. To piece it all together, police reviewed surveillance footage from nearby businesses to see if they could track the suspect's movements. One of the cameras captured a man walking. In the Metro Mart footage, Hector was wearing a hoodie, but in this new video, he had taken it off. This suggested he might have changed his appearance on purpose. Another camera showed Hector walking calmly and appearing relaxed as he moved away from the location where he murdered Graves. The footage also showed him heading in the direction of Bonnie Ross's home. This wasn't solid evidence yet. Investigators still needed to prove that Hector was at Bonnie's house and had actually committed the homicide. While examining Bonnie's phone records, they found a number that led them to a woman who turned out to be Hector's mother. This meant that Hector had called his mom using Bonnie's phone on the day she was murdered. This call placed Hector inside Bonnie's home just minutes before she was found dead. When questioned, Hector's mom confirmed that he had called her at that time to wish her a happy Valentine's Day. Additionally, DNA results from Bonnie Ross's murder provided crucial evidence. The ligature used in the crime had DNA on it, and the DNA matched Hector Orozco. This was a significant breakthrough in the case, providing strong evidence linking him to the murder. With the DNA evidence, phone records, and surveillance footage, investigators had enough proof to confirm that Hector Orozco was the murderer of the case. Hector Orozco was charged with second-degree murder for the killing of Demitries Graves and first-degree murder for the death of Bonnie Ross. He was convicted and sentenced to 50 years in prison. Additionally, there was assault at his motel room before his arrest. He received an extra 7-year sentence. Altogether, he was sentenced to 57 years in prison.